So the first one wants us to say like which test we use. So number 2, in an article in the Journal of Small Business Management, successful startup businesses in the United States and Korea were compared. One set of data compared educational level of people who manage successful startup companies in the United States and Korea. You want to determine if education levels of managers of successful startup companies is independent of the country they are from. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for this analysis? So I put independent samples test.
I wasn't sure about this one either. Yeah, like I said, I had a lot of hard time. So, did you put independent sample test because, why did you put it? Sorry.
I put that because independent is comparing two things that aren't really related, so I thought it was that. But like the first 8 or the first 7, like I'm really bad at these ones where yeah, so.
See, I was thinking Nova because it sounds like there's more than 2, but I don't know. What did you think, Peter?
Well, I kind of went about these like I would write if I thought they were categorical or quantitative, and then I would kind of go for there. So for this one, I was thinking G, test of 2 proportions.
Because it was categorical instead of quantitative?
Yeah, because there's no I feel like I have to read these 4 or 5 times, but there's no numbers involved necessarily because it's only looking at the education level. So that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't know how to figure out who's right.
I trust Peter over me, so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Trust me, I did these last. Like, I saw these questions, I was like, I'll do them last because I have no idea for most of them.
Yeah, no, I was like super depressed while doing this. Okay. How about we go through them, and then if we don't feel comfortable about a certain answer, we'll just go back. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll read 3. A human resources manager reported data from a recent involuntary reduction in force, RIF, at her company. You're an attorney and want to determine if age discrimination was a factor. Is it legal to discriminate against employees because of age? The company reported number of employees in 2 groups, 40 years older or younger and over 40 years old. They also reported the number of employees in each group who were terminated. You wanted to determine if both age groups were treated equally. Which hypothesis test is most appropriate? And see, I was thinking a test of 2 proportions for this one, G, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'd be that or Kired, because it talks about it says they also reported the number of employees in each group who were terminated, so that would be like another. I don't know if that would be another factor or it would be part of the 2. So.
But they said it in 2 groups.
Yeah. So that makes sense for 2 proportions.
Yeah. What do you think, Krista?
I put independent samples test again, just because, like, the same reasoning as number 2. So it was the same answer for both of us, just different answers. So yeah.
Are you done with your yogurt? Ask Daddy.
Please.
Okay. Do you want to start on 4?
Yeah.
I can read 4. The survey was conducted by a group of state lotteries. A random sample of 2,406 adults completed the survey. A total of 248 were classified as heavy players. Of these, 152 were male. You want to determine if the proportion of male heavy lottery players is different than the proportion of males in the population, which is 48.5%. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for this analysis? I don't know about this one.
I put B. Is a sample t-test. I don't know.
I put D, independent sample t-test. Because like you said, there's actual numbers in this one.
Yeah.
And then there's two groups, right? There's the heavy and then the normal in the population. I don't know.
That sounds like.
Yeah. And okay, so remind me, is paired sample t-test like isn't one kind of tell you who the other one will be? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's like before and after.
Yeah. So I think with independent sample, like a heavy guy is not going to tell you who the normal guy will be, right?
Yes.
So I think it's D because there is just two groups, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5. A student project compared the effectiveness of two different combination locks. One of the locks turned clockwise first. The other lock turned counterclockwise first. They asked 25 students to participate in the study. Each student was given the combination to each lock and asked to open the locks. The time it took them to open each lock is recorded. They want to determine if one of the locks is easier to open. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for this analysis? I put independent. Yeah.
I didn't know on this one.
It's definitely quantitative because they're looking at the time it took them to open each lock.
Yeah.
That would be a number. So it's either going to be independent or paired samples. I was thinking paired sample, but
Yeah. Because I didn't know because there were two different locks or two different types of locks. So I didn't know if it was they're related but they're not. So it was kind of confusing.
yeah, these suck.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I don't know either. I think it's I think it's paired sample. And the reason why is I think they took two groups of I think they took one group, they had them open one lock, and then they took another they took the same group and had them open another lock and kind of compare how the time of those people.
Yeah. I can see that.
So I think they have to pair the person that opened the first lock and then how you open the second lock. So I think it's paired.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like these at all. Okay. I'll read 6. So you have to pick from A through F. Okay. A bank employee is to appraise. When approving borrowers for mortgages, it is imperative that the appraiser value the same type of properties consistently. To make sure this is the case, the bank evaluates 6 properties that both appraisers have recently valued. Which confidence interval would be most appropriate for this study?
Want to come to the bedroom with me?
I'm thinking C.
Because there's two people and
Yeah, well, it's more like quantitative, right? It's not categorical because they want to know the numbers, like how much they valued them. And then there's two different ones, and they can compare how much one house is to the house that the other people did. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna go clean the bedroom. So I'm gonna watch a show because it's a pain. And I know he's watched some already, but
We'll see if he's really bad, and then.
Are you guys good for 7?
Yeah. Sorry. What did you guys? What did you get for 6? Peter?
I was thinking F.
F.
So it'd be categorical for the 2 appraisers, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense too. I don't know. I'm
I wasn't
not
sure.
sure.
I put fun again. So
Yeah.
Okay, in a Wall Street Journal article on satisfaction with career paths, the percentage of psychology majors reported that they were satisfied with their career path was reported. The same data was also reported for accounting majors. You decide to construct a 95% confidence interval to see if the observed difference is significant. Which confidence interval would be the most appropriate for this study? So I was thinking F as well because we're looking at, it's categorical and you're looking at the 2 separate majors. So, yeah.
okay, I had yeah, that's what I got too. Okay, double stuffed Oreo cookies are supposed to have twice the filling of regular Oreo cookies. You and some friends decide you want to know if that is true. Who makes them? You take a sample of 55 double stuffed Oreos and measure the amount of filling in each one. You need to construct a confidence interval to estimate the true mean filling amount of double stuffed Oreos in order to compare the filling with regular Oreos. Which confidence interval would be most appropriate for this study? I wasn't sure on this one, but I put 1 sample t-test.
Well, I think it has to do with 2, right? Because you have the double stuffed and then you have normal, right?
Yeah, so would it be F that wants this?
Wait, okay. So the double stuffed Oreos.
But yeah, because when you look at the question, it's only talking about double stuffed Oreos.
Yeah. So you might be right.
I think these questions are trying to confuse you. I feel like
Yeah.
because it's like that's what you'd think, but
So did you put 1 sample t-test or 1 sample z-test?
Oh,
Sorry.
1 t-test. T confidence interval, I mean. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, maybe it's the paired samples T confidence. I'm just gonna keep B though.
I'm just trying to figure out why you said T instead of Z. Like, what's the difference?
I found that out, I think, from my notes. So the t-test is used for the mean difference between the sample of the known value and the population mean. And then I guess for the z-test, I looked that up and it said that it's used very rarely because you usually don't know the standard deviation.
Okay. So you're saying because we don't have standard deviation, that's why you picked the T-score? The
Yeah.
T confidence? Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so which one of the following best describes the notion of the significance level of a hypothesis test? And I put the probability of the type 1 error. I don't know what you guys got.
I put A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got this wrong on one of the homeworks recently. So,
What did you put, Peter?
yeah, I would go with it would be either A or B. I'm leaning more towards A.
Cause I know 10 is B. So, and then I looked back on one of the homeworks, and the answer that I got was this one on the homework, and it was right. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I think
the probability of
I put
rejecting.
C on the homework and I got it wrong. So,
Okay. Okay. Um. All right.
so number 10, which one of the following best defines the notion of the p-value of a hypothesis test? I think Chris already said it. I had B for that
Yeah.
one for sure.
Yeah. I think that's right. Okay.
So suppose you create a 95% confidence interval for mean and get 10, 20. You've been told to report this by saying something like, we are 95% confident that the true mean is between 10 and 20. Exactly what does this mean? I put D, 95% of 95% confidence intervals usually, or actually contain the true mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I think that's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
I think it's right.
Okay. Okay. Questions 12 through 14. You take a simple random sample of 100 adults within the town of West United States to determine the portion of those in the town who invest in stock market. Assuming the unknown population proportion of the percentage of people in the town who invest in the livestock market is P equals 0.30 or 30%, what is the mean of the distribution of proportions? I got D.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Yep. What was the standard deviation of the distribution of the sample proportions? I had B. Yeah,
You have B.
I had B.
Okay, I got D on that one, but I did it right.
How did you do it, Peter? Just curious. And Krista.
Let's think.
So did you just take P? So it was just 0.30 minus or times 1 minus 0.30 over 100, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I did it backwards. I had it open, but I did it wrong.
And
Okay.
you got B, right?
Yeah, I had B.
And I'm sorry, wait, one sec. Sorry, I usually try to do this when my kids are asleep, but
Oh, it's okay. So 14, what is the probability that your random sample of 100 adults will have a sample proportion less than 0.25? So yeah, I got B. But like that was the closest to my answer. I got 0.109, but that wasn't one of the answers, so I just chose the closest thing. So I'm really not sure on that one at all.
okay. So did you find? I'm trying to figure out. How did I do this? Do you remember, Peter?
Yeah, I can't. This was like the only one I didn't get because I just couldn't remember how to do it.
So you have to find the z-score first, right?
Yeah. That's what I tried. Like, I don't know if the formula I'm using, like, I don't know if I'm plugging the right things into that, but
Okay, so you basically take the mean and you divide it by the standard deviation, right? And I know that they're rounded, like, but I think you get. No, never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't remember. Um, what did you do, Krista? How did you get that?
I had the x minus u, so the population mean minus the mean, and then divided by this. I guess it's standard deviation divided by the number, so square root of 100.
Yeah, no, that sounds right. Okay.
But, oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay. So I got the same answer.
Okay, I'm sorry. I missed stuff. Okay. Sorry. Now, what did you do again, Krista? Sorry. You say you got the same answer?
Yeah. So I took zero point 0.3 minus 0.25 over 0.046 divided by the square root of 100.
Okay, so the formula would be p hat or p.
I think it was. Oh, I just took the one from like the basic one because that's what I thought it was referring to. So it was just the x minus u. It's just what I used. That's probably why it's wrong.
Okay. So let's see here, because I'm thinking it's what's the word? I was thinking it was p p times 1 minus p over square root of n.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know if that's right. You could be right, so.
I don't think so. So it'd be point. Let's see. Okay. One. Okay, so I got 0.0187.
Yeah, so you might be wrong, and I might be wrong. I'm sorry.
I think maybe I don't know if wait, let me try it again.
Yeah, and I'm getting 0.045, so I think I'm wrong.
Okay, I did it again and I got 0.021. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so you subtracted 0.3, subtract sample, or what did you do? Sorry.
I did 0.3 minus 0.25 divided by 0.046 over square root of 100.
Okay, and then what was your answer? You said it wasn't exactly 0.124, right?
No, it was 0.109.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Should we just come back to this or just?
What did you get, Peter?
I'm still trying to redo it. So, but I was thinking it was just the regular P, the stuff from the second lesson that we did. I can't think of what it's called, but those were
See,
the formulas I was using. I don't know. I was confused by this one. I don't know why it was so confusing, but
well, okay, so we're trying to figure out the probability, right? So we have to find out the z-score, and that's, if you guys are talking right, that's p hat minus p over the square root of p times 1 minus p over n. And then we have to use the applet, and I don't think we've been using it,
Um.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we should try doing that.
Good
That's
idea.
okay.
Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so I got 4, 5, 6. Uh,
Yeah, I'm getting really stuck. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys just want to come back to it then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, I don't remember whose turn.
I can read.
Okay.
Okay, for questions 15 through 19, use the following information. Acupril is meant to control hypertension. In clinical trials of Acupril, 2,142 subjects were divided into two groups. The 1,563 subjects on the experimental group received Acupril. The 579 subjects in the control group received a placebo. On the 1,563 in the experimental group, 61 experienced dizziness as a side effect. Of the 579 subjects in the control group, 15 experienced dizziness as a side effect. So let P1 be the true proportion of people who experience dizziness while taking Acupril. Let P2 be the proportion of people who experience dizziness but do not take Acupril. Create a 95% confidence interval for P1 through P2.
Proportion is P.
So on this one,
Probability.
I only had one of my answers in the parentheses add up, so I got D. Actually, it's C. Never mind.
Yeah, it's C because the letters changed,
Yeah.
which is really annoying, but so you have to look at the review and then find which one it is. So
I got negative .003, but I didn't get the .029, so I just kind of guessed on
yeah,
that
I
one.
got E and then so it'd be C for 15.
Yeah.
Are we good for 16?
I'm good.
Okay. Perform a hypothesis test to see if the proportion of experimental group subjects who experience dizziness is different than the proportion of control group subjects who do. Let P1 be the true proportion of the people who experience dizziness while taking Acupril. Let P2 be the true proportion of people who experience dizziness but do not take Acupril. Use a level of significance of 0.05. So I had B from the review, and so it looks like, yeah, so it looks like it would be B on the for 16.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, so I just talked to my husband about 14. Sorry, it was really bugging me.
Oh, you're good.
So can you give me a sec? I just want to calculate it and see if I got it right, and then I'll tell you what I got, and we'll be good?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was telling me that p hat is 0.25. I was just having a hard time figuring that out. So, 1 second. For the z-score, I got negative 1.091. Is that what you guys got?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you got too?
Yeah.
Okay. And then did you put it in the applet?
Yeah, and when I did that, I got 0.456.
Weird. And you just highlighted the left side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same for the applet.
That's so weird.
Mm. Yeah, I don't like that.
You got what was the answer for you guys?
I got 0.456.
See, I have 0.138. So A.
Okay.
You guys, you just highlighted the bottom part, right? You didn't highlight anything else.
Yeah, just the left side.
Yeah.
And you got negative 1.091. Right?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. So before I just put 0.109 in the positive, so I didn't like mess with the negative, and so I just did that, and I got 1.138.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Alright, sorry, that was really bothering me. Okay.
Thank you for doing that, because now it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, and like I'm glad we got the actual number. Okay. So the value of the test statistic, is that where we're at?
Yeah.
17. What did you guys get?
I got D. I think
Yeah, I
it's
got D. I'm just gonna make sure it's the same from the review. Yeah, it is.
okay.
Okay.
And then 18, the p-value of your test, I got D again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're good.
19, is there sufficient evidence to conclude that the true proportion who experience dizziness is different than the true proportion who people who experience dizziness while not taking? I had E.
That's what I got.
Okay.
Okay.
We're halfway.
Okay, so it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
The survey was conducted of 1279 random selected adults aged 18 and older. They were asked, are you a morning person or a night person? The hypothesis for this test are being a morning person or evening person is dependent of age, and being a morning or evening person is not dependent of age. The results of the survey are given here. Use the table and information to answer questions 20 through 23. Conduct a test of independence. Use a low-log significance of alpha equals 0.05. Calculate the test statistic for this hypothesis test, assuming that the test statistics are satisfied. Ugh, I can't talk right. Okay, so
And I got B on this one.
I had
I had A, I think.
A. Yeah.
Yeah. And then 21 I had B. So the p-value for this hypothesis test. And I chose that one just because when I calculated the p-value, like it was just like a really, really large negative number. So I just chose the smallest one.
So you just chose the 0.009 because it was the smallest one? That
Yeah.
would work?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're right.
Okay.
So should you reject the null or not? Yes. Isn't the p-value that's smaller than alpha?
Yeah. So A.
Yeah. Is that what you got, Peter?
Yeah.
So isn't it
I put A on that one.
let's see here. I got D. Because isn't it the alternative hypothesis that we're trying to prove? Like you use that one instead of the null whenever you write it out. And because it's
Okay,
small,
yeah.
we reject the null and we say that the alternative is correct, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you got, Peter?
D for 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 24. Use the following information for questions. Oh, these ones I did really bad on, so just heads up. A recent book noted that only 20% of all investment managers outperformed the Dow Jones Industrial Average over a 5-year period. A random sample of 200 investment managers that had graduated from one of the top 10 business programs in the country were followed by a 5-year period. 50 of these outperformed the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Let P be the true proportion of investment managers who graduated from one of the top 10 business programs who outperformed the Dow Jones over a 5-year period. So based on the results of the sample, a 95 confidence interval of P is...
That's a good question. Okay.
I had C.
You got C.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do very well on these either. Like, I really didn't do well on any of this stuff. I'm sorry. So, okay. What formula did you use?
You use the formula from lesson 18. I forget. I never remember. Like, I didn't write down all of my work right next to him, so.
That's fair.
Is it, I used the formula P plus or minus 1.96 and then times the square root of P.
Yeah, that's the one that you use.
Okay, I did that, but I don't know if I put in the right number, so I didn't get an answer that was close to any of those.
So you guys didn't use p hat 1 minus p hat 2 subtract c times the square root of p1 times 1 minus p1. That one, the really long one, has two different numbers, different p's, p
No,
hats.
you just use the p hat one
Okay.
because there's only really one value.
Yeah, you're right.
So it'd be 50 over 200 is what you're using.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So, I got C. So.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the next one?
No, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Suppose you had been in charge of designing the study, what sample size would be needed to construct a margin of error of 2% with 95% confidence? Use prior estimate of 0.2 for this estimate. So you're just using the margin of error kind of formula. So it'd be 1.96 for the confidence interval over 0.02 for the margin of error, and then you square that times, the formula, and then you do the 0.20. So I got 1536.64, and so you round it up to 1537, so it'd be B.
Okay.
I didn't know how to do that, so thanks.
Yeah, you use it's just the margin of error.
Yeah,
It's
I remember.
It's n equals something like that. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
lesson 17, part 3. It's sample size calculations,
Okay.
and there's a formula for it there.
Right. Or Victoria's.
Oh, is it my turn to read? Sorry.
Think so.
Okay, suppose you wish to see if there's evidence that graduates of one of the top 10 business programs performs better than other investment managers. Conduct a hypothesis test. Use a level of significance of alpha equals 0.05. Which of the following pairs of the hypothesis is most appropriate for addressing the question? So, isn't it C?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 27. How many measurements must you have in order to assure that p hat is normally distributed? I have C.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Okay.
28. So we're looking for the value of the test statistics. So this would be using the 50 over 200 for your t equals. So I had A as my answer for 28.
Okay. I didn't have the right p hat number, so I didn't get it. So.
So you're using the p hat would be the 50 over 200, so that's going to give you 0.25. And then you're doing 0.25 minus 0.20 over the square root, basically, of the p. And then n equals 200, so you put that all together, and that gives you your z-score.
Okay.
So.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay. And what did you get for your p-value?
I had 0.039.
Yeah, I just plugged it in and I got that.
because you're only shading the left side.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, left side.
Okay.
Okay. 30. Wait. Sorry. I don't think it's my turn to read. I don't know if it is.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Is there sufficient evidence to conclude that the graduates from the top 10 business programs perform better than other investment managers? So, because I didn't have the p-value, I didn't answer this. So it's lower than that. So it's, yes, I rejected the null hypothesis, so A.
Yep, that's what I had.
Okay.
Okay. Is it your turn, Peter?
Oh
Is
yeah, I
it-
can read. Do you want me to read the whole question or?
I don't know. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
It's a
So
lot.
we're just using the blue score, whatever, data file. And so here I did a, I can't even remember what I did here. We're doing a, let me just, I have all the answers, but I can't remember what I did. This was a, what's the first one called? The t-test, sample t-test. So you open the data file, you copy and paste everything into, I used Excel like I usually do, and then you do the one sample t-test. So for 31, I had a confidence interval, interval was 0.282 and then 0.293.
Yeah. That's. Wait, you said 282 and then 293?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's what I got.
Okay.
Okay, for the degrees of freedom, I got 99. Is that what you got?
Yeah, 99, and then for the test statistic, 3,683.938.
Okay. My test statistic, I got 109.091.
I guess mine seems really high.
Um,
I'm really sorry, guys. My daughter's crying. I'll have to close down the meeting. Do you guys want to do a meeting together? Is that okay?
Yeah, I can start one off.
Okay. I'll see you guys.